Jordan, are you out of your mind? Have you gone insane? Have you lost your marbles? Or are you just clickbaiting, maybe? Gaming isn't dying on YouTube. There's so many big gaming channels out there doing super well. I've been watching them for years. No signs of stopping. But the numbers might actually surprise you. Not that, like, why would you look into that? As long as there's videos coming out that you find entertaining and you're watching them, like, that's all that matters, right? Like, who cares about going into the numbers behind the scenes and the stats and all that stuff? That's for the YouTube uploaders to care about themselves. However, maybe occasionally you'll find that a channel you watch starts trying to post another style of content, experimenting a little bit. Maybe it becomes more and more frequent, and you're thinking to yourself, why are they doing this? Maybe you'll leave a comment. Yeah, dude, I like the other stuff. Why are you doing this instead of the other stuff? There's a bit of nostalgia factor in there. You don't want to move away from what you always enjoyed. Except, oftentimes some of the motivation for that might be those behind-the-scenes stats and numbers. And I find it especially interesting sort of analyzing the gaming ecosystem as a whole, and that's probably sort of the content that you, watching this, are interested in. Unless maybe you come here because you watch my vlog kind of content, or you've stumbled upon this from related videos or search results of some sort, in which case maybe you have no expectations whatsoever. But we're just going to check out the gaming ecosystem as a whole, and kind of where it's at and where it's been at for the past couple of years. So we'll start off here on my channel, which, you know, if you just scroll through my videos here, it's pretty hard to gather an accurate trend, an accurate idea of where the gaming ecosystem as a whole is going. The data is not exactly entirely easy to interpret. So that's why, fortunately, we have these other websites. One of them is called Social Blade that a lot of people use. And it just aggregates statistics from channels. You can search for whatever channel up here, whatever, and it'll come up with the closest matches for you. And if you're really interested in browsing the nitty-gritty, you can do that. And it'll also tell you that they make anywhere between $0 and $500 million a year. So the ranges of money are quite accurate. But for now, we'll be focusing on this graph down here at the bottom, which is views per month over time. So you'll notice from my channel, in between, you know, sort of spring of 2012, it's almost been 5 years. I've been hovering like fairly consistently. It's gone down ever so slightly over the course of the last 2 years, but hovering anywhere between like the 30 to 50 million views per month. Now, you'll see this graph is a little bit weird because it reflects the public view counter on a channel, and that means whenever a music video of mine has had issues and been privated, we go down. When it gets reinstated, we go up. Then we go down again. And then we go up again. And then we go down again. And then we go up again. And then so my graph is just, it's terrible. It doesn't give you that much insight because it's, you know, again, the public view counter. But, you know, it's been fairly consistent. So I am a bad example to look at to try to, you know, sort of gather insight about the entire gaming section, gaming vertical of YouTube as a whole. However, if we look at sort of the current powerhouse channels, let's look at some that maybe you're familiar with. Things like Diamond Minecart, which is a very big Minecraft channel, and we'll investigate that chart over there as well. So we'll notice some pretty serious growth starting to happen summer of 2013, and that carries really, really consistently. A little valley, you know, after school gets back in, everyone's focusing on that. It goes down a little bit, but then it surges back up around spring, and then summer, boom, goes up again, but it stops around summer of 2015, and it's sort of plateaued out from there, even gone down a little bit of a resurgence right now. Usually happens after Christmas, just because I feel like maybe kids after Christmas are like, you know, we can put school on the back burner. I enjoyed that break. Let's try to incorporate more of that break time YouTube video watching into my future school year. Seems to be how it works. But you see, it's really, if you put together a line of best fit, the R-squared mean value, I don't know, statistics. I dropped out of school. And actually, statistics was the last math course I took before doing that. So anyway, you take that line of best fit, you'll notice it's going up, 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 and then it goes flat right over there. So you're, okay, well, hey, that's just one channel. Once again, let's look at another. Popular MMOs, another real big Minecraft channel over here. We'll look at the monthly views. Again, real big growth starting in summer of 2013. We get over to sort of spring of 2015. It's around the same time as Diamond Minecart. And we see that plateau. Once again, a little bit of growth here past couple months. Good job on you. And I've been seeing actually on popular MMOs more live action content being integrated into the Minecraft stuff. And we'll go into more on that in just a little bit. But a little variety of content might be responsible for this resurgence over here. But again, it's fitting that trend line. So you might be saying, wait. But what you've been looking at so far, they're really mostly just, they're Minecraft channels, right? So maybe this isn't a reflection of gaming as a whole. It's just channels that are focused on Minecraft. Minecraft itself might not be growing at the rate that it used to, or simply the content might be so saturated that individual channels just simply can't keep growing like they used to. And as for like my Minecraft music videos, for example, they say in the past, right, if we go back over to my channel, it's kind of just off the chart now. It's too far back in the past. But he used to create more of an overall jump for channel views per month when a new music video would go up. And it hasn't happened as much recently. In fact, it kind of, once Minecraft style, the Gangnam Style one, went down, it's sort of like, it's like a bit of a record scratch. And it caused a bit of a hiccup. And when I post a new one now, it's not as significant of an impact. And it's just, I think the entire, the way that YouTube shares content within its own self-promotion mechanism has changed. The interest in those as a whole, because there are so many more channels doing them now, that's changed as well. It's a valid conclusion. Okay, maybe it's more Minecraft-centric than it is gaming as a whole. So let's look at some of the channels that aren't Minecraft-centric, that are just general variety gaming. So we'll go to Markiplier. So we go down to the monthly views here, and we notice, again, around 2013, peaking like summer of summer 2015, and then it plateaus once again. And granted, like plateauing at 200 million, 300 million views a month, it's not a bad place to be. It's a totally fine place to be. I'd love to be in that place. Granted, I'm not complaining. I'm totally happy with where things are at and have been for me. So no complaints there. But this isn't me saying like, oh, they're not doing well. Please don't interpret it that way. This is me just looking at the raw numbers. And it's interesting to see that it's still, even though not Minecraft related, it's sort of still following that same exact trend line. Jacksepticeye as well, sort of in that same style of content, variety gaming as Markiplier. Again, same trend line, like spring of 2015, plateaus out. And in fact, you can almost overlay these graphs. I'll try to we'll line them up here, and you'll notice they're almost like completely interchangeable on the same sort of time scale. Same everything. They kind of just share the exact same trend line. And these are like the big channels out there when it comes to gaming. Except for one, obviously, which we'll move to next, which is PewDiePie. Now, because he's been around a lot longer, his trend line, and look at this. Wait, hold on. Let me see. 2012 March. There was a time when I had equal views to PewDiePie. It happened a long time ago. Very similar. Hold on, 25 million in April 2012. What did he have in April of 2012? April 2012. Sorry, Felix. I was killing you, man, by 1 million views a month. Whew. Those were the days. But then absolute explosion in 400. Good God. But in any case, you see, it happens 1 year earlier here. And then it kind of declines a little bit. There's some privating of videos, I'm sure, just like with my music videos. And there's traveling to the US to shoot shows, which impacts things as well. But then there's been a little bit of a resurgence here. And you may wonder, well, why is that? Well, if you look at it closely, and we'll actually go over to his channel here, it's because, and I would argue, there's not as much gaming content at all. In fact, there is one piece of content every day that generally doesn't have much to do with gaming at all. And if a Let's Play is going on, then that is just a second video for the day. But the thing that's most consistent is at least one video a day, non-Let's Play, non-gaming related necessarily. Maybe somehow games are referenced, but it's generally more live, sort of skit-based or reacting to something. And then if there is a game going on, it's always just additive to that. So you look at not a game, not a game, not a game, not a game. Second video of the day, that is a game. Not a game, Let's Play, same day. Not a game. game, not a game. Let's Play mixed in, not a game. So everything that's not a Let's Play is generally not gaming related. Not gaming related. Let's finish up the Let's Play here. Not a game. Big live stream. Not a game, not a game, not a game. Another Let's Play starts. But just there's a lot of non-gaming content. And so it could be for a couple of reasons. One, after you've been doing something for so many years, you want to just switch things up for your own sanity's sake, right? That's certainly a possibility, just wanting to try something new. But there's also possibly the idea of seeing these sorts of trends, and these pages keep refreshing, but you see these sorts of trends with these graphs where they're kind of holding steady, and you're like, maybe it's not me. Maybe it is the ecosystem of gaming as a whole. So could it be that it's worth trying something new? And I would argue, yes. Because if you look over here, past couple months, it's really made a resurgence, sort of focusing on things that are non-gaming related as a whole. And so when you think about it, if you look at what are now like the top channels as a whole, this Social Blade, they put together a list of, I don't know, they have some algorithm that determines, not just based on subscribers and views and everything, what the most powerhouse channels are. There was a time when I was in those top 10, nostalgia, except things have just blown up beyond proportion now. But there's not, it used to be like dominated by gaming. It really was. Now, though, I believe this is a music channel from like Turkey or something like that. The biggest independent non-corporate channel is a toy channel. A lot of toy channels up here. There are a lot of toy channels. We got this toy thing. They get like 700 million views a month. Toys. The freaking dude, it's just these toys. Hasbro toys. They just absolutely kill it. But it's really a shift. In that, again, you'll have to take my word for it because I don't have like a historical screenshot here. It used to be huge amounts of gaming channels here. And now we got Felix right over there. And I believe he's the highest up on this list. And he used to be number one all the time. And so you have, it's not so much that like gaming is declining. It's just not growing in the same way that it used to in the past. And I couldn't tell you why exactly that is. I simply don't know. I don't know if it's at a saturation. There simply aren't more people in the world to watch gaming content, or if other things have simply become of more interest. And the metagame changes on YouTube. You had back 3, 4, 5 years ago, you had people who were vloggers at that time, primarily, who were like, wow, look at this gaming thing is absolutely blowing up. I'm going to go make a gaming channel on YouTube. And that's what I'm gonna try posting videos there, try to capitalize on this whole gaming thing. Well, now you have the exact opposite. You have a lot of people who were specifically gaming channels that are transitioning the other way. They're going primarily vlog content. You take like Tom, for example. Granted, it's on another channel, but he was mostly gaming. Now, I think with him, he transitioned just kind of for the sake of doing something new and for his own sanity, because he was interested more in vlogging, not so much for the trend of like, oh, this is going to do better. But still, there is that transition. You also have like Nadeshot, for example, who obviously started as a Call of Duty player, who posted gameplay videos of Call of Duty, now turned into primarily a vlogging thing, at least on his primary channel. Has a second channel for gaming stuff, but it used to be main channel for gaming. You get like FaZe Clan, for example, used to be Call of Duty montages and stuff. Now it's all vlogging. So it's a very interesting change. And I would argue that it's because people have noticed this trend of like kind of gaming staying in the same spot for the past couple of years. And hey, okay, maybe we should try something else. And a lot of people have experienced success in transitioning over to more of the live skits, vlogs, all that sort of content. So anyway, is gaming dying? No, I wouldn't say dying, but the data would support that it's simply not growing in the way that it once was a few years back. And if you think about it, like, man, it's been probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years since I last saw a channel that was absolutely blowing up that was gaming. Nowadays, when I see a channel that's blowing up, it's usually more live skits or someone filling a bathtub with Orbeez or a vlogger. Something along those lines. But gaming, I haven't seen it happening so much lately. So anyway, food for thought. I don't have the answer as to why exactly that is, but it's just something to think about. So hopefully you'll realize I did not clickbait you with that title. There is valid data to support the claim. And, well, that's that, I suppose. I hope you've enjoyed. And I'm sorry if I bored you, but I suppose if you've stuck around this long, it means that, hey, maybe you were somewhat interested in the topic. But that's that. We'll end it there for now. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like if you liked. And you can check out more videos on the channel if you want, or new music on the music channel. See, even I'm trying new things. I have a music channel. So, I mean, that's more about just me experimenting.